Hello, hello. Arietta here, and it's time for some programming. So let's get started. So today, hello, hello. Arietta here, and all right, there we go. So today I'm starting a new project. Last time I made a super simple browser game, so I figured this time I would get something a little more complicated. So today we're going to make a strategy game. Well, at least we'll get started on it. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll see. So let's talk a little bit about what I'm planning to do. Let me bring up Paint. So my idea for the game is it'll be a little bit like chess. So we'll have a grid. We'll just some grid like so. Let's see. Maybe if I use the rectangle tool, a little faster. See, this is why I do programming and not art, because art is a disaster for me. But it's all good. So, probably should have drawn this ahead of time, huh? Well, you get the idea. So, here's a grid. This looks so bad. Okay, so, you'll have your pieces. So, we'll put a K there. It's a little on the big side. Let me make that smaller. Okay, so each team will have their pieces on the board, and pick some more pieces, like some pawns or something, just to use as an example. Come on, Paint. I don't want to resize it. I want to drag it. Well, anyways. It's a big one. Okay. So, the way the game will work is, unlike chess, I was thinking it would be neat if, both players take their turns simultaneously. So the idea is, you can pick your pawn. Come on, Paint. I don't want to resize it. Okay, that's why we'll do the big one. So you can pick your pawn. Man, why did they want me to resize it? There we go. So you can pick your pawn and do a move, but basically you do your move, and then the other player also does his move, and then after the move, the piece has an attack. So like pawns, maybe they attack the square in front of them, whereas like the king will attack every square around it. And so after you do the moves, then every piece will do an attack, and then remove the dead pieces and on to the next round. And the goal is to capture the king. So I haven't planned out too much ahead of time, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is mainly an exploration to see if this game is worth making or not. So after that horrible explanation, let's get on with the programming. So I went ahead and just copied my project from last time. I've gone ahead and deleted a bunch of stuff. So for now, it's just the remaining rectangle and the boxes from last time. But we'll go ahead and delete some more in a minute. But see, I'll be working on that. So let's go over to the to-do list. So the idea, right, is we want it'll be a chess-like game, one with one, simultaneous turns, and each player moves one unit at a time. Then they all attack after each turn. So I've gone ahead and broken down some tasks for us. We'll start out creating the board. Should be pretty easy. And then we'll create a piece. And there'll be a bunch of different things that go into a piece. And then we'll work on moving the unit, using the mouse to click around, that kind of thing. And yeah, once we get that, that'll be kind of the basics. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll get to today. Definitely not going to be able to get, the server portion running so you can actually play. But hopefully we'll get, the basic movement done and have a strong foundation to go into the next stream. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on making that board. So I got some leftover stuff from last time, but we'll just kind of ignore it for now. It's handy to have all this other stuff just to copy when you need it. But yeah, so let's see. So how do we want to start? Let's see. We'll go ahead and make like a we might go ahead and make a board class. That probably makes sense. I imagine that will be useful. So we'll just go ahead and copy one of our other things and rename it to like board. So we could delete some of this stuff. Board. And we'll just go ahead and delete everything there. I don't think the board, I should spell it right. I don't think the board is even going to be a game object, probably. Yeah, we should try to split, since we want to make this a multiplayer game, we should really try to split out the, we should split out the game logic from the UI as much as we can. So that'll make it easier to port it to the server once we start doing the online portions. So the board is basically just going to be like a matrix of spaces. So we'll just it'll just be spaces. We'll define the type later maybe. But yeah, when you make one, it's really just going to be like an array. Let's see. Oh, I don't think that works. Let's see. Yes, I did mean the style spaces. Thank you. So, we will want some board size. Let's just start with really small to start. That way, we can always make it bigger, but just testing with a smaller board will probably be easier. So, let's see. So, really, spaces should be an array of length 5 with arrays inside of it for the rows. So, let's see. What's the best way to do that? We'll just do like a for loop here. I really want to go ahead and create the objects that'll be inside, just to have the empty objects ready. So for now, it'll just be an empty empty JavaScript object. But we'll check some more stuff about that later. But basically, if the object is empty, we could go ahead and say like the piece in the square is just null. I don't. There's not really any point in doing that. But we'll just do it like that for now. So let's see. So let's go ahead and get something drawn on screen just for funsies. How do I want to draw the rectangle stuff? So I could kind of just do it like I did in Paint, roughly, with a bunch of lines. That's probably the easiest. So yeah, we'll just do that. Let's see. I think you can just do like a line. Yeah, you can add a line. Yeah, so really you should you should plan out your projects a lot better than me. That way you don't run into silly problems like you're not sure where to go next. But let's see. We'll just get stuff done, right? So yeah, let's so yeah, I should probably really have another, like a game object to represent the board squares. But I you know, go simple even if it's hacky to start. That way you at least get something going. So we're gonna go ahead and just do some lines. So lines are X, Y, and yeah, we'll just have them all be at 0, 0, and then the lines, so it's got 3 sets of numbers, right? The first set is where the line is. I don't really know how to describe that, but basically x1 and x2 and y1 and y2 are like actually where it is. So like for example, we'll just do 0, 100 to like 400, 100. What other parameters do we need? We need the color. We'll do red to start, and the alpha is 1.0. So that'll draw a line for us. Let's go ahead and delete the rectangle here, and we don't need this play area stuff or the player. We'll leave the text up though. So let's go ahead and get that on screen, and what do you know, we've got a line. Great. So yeah, that's pretty much where I expected the line to be, which is good. We drew a line. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw the rest of the grid. So for that, we'll just do a loop. I don't know how I wanna, we'll just say, so let's go ahead and create the board object, maybe. So we'll go ahead and loop over the board spaces. Alright, so we need to do 2 loops, of course. Let's go ahead and do like row equals this dot or dot spaces I. Then we can say for j alright. And then go ahead and make some constants for the how much space is between each line. We'll just do like 50 for now. Then we can do so the x so we'll do the like j times that. Because j is the column. Yeah. So you know, we should just do it like this way to make it more straightforward. Yeah, don't be afraid to just define more variables to make things easier. Wow, I really messed that up. Okay, so, and then, yeah, I guess we kind of need the whole grid length as well. And we'll just do this times space between lines, and from like 0 to the grid length. So that'll do something. What's that gonna do? That got us some lines. Something doesn't look quite right there. We'll go ahead and use our buffer stuff from previously, because really 0 is not any good. Okay, the first one looks kind of weird there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's probably because it's at 0. So half of it's being cut off. So we'll add in the X buffer there. And now it should have my 5 lines. But the reason they're still off the screen is because the origin. So let's also just go ahead and set the origin to the midpoint there. Or maybe I want 0. I can never remember how I want it. Okay, that looks more like what I expected. So yeah. We also need a one on the end as well, so we should really go to like +1 on both. Did I do something? I did something wrong. Hold on, let's undo that. What did I break? Oh yeah. So I can't do that because this would be undefined if I went to +1. But here I can do it. I don't know if that's, so now we have 6 lines. So that's what I wanted. So this just did all the vertical lines. So we also need to add the horizontal lines. So I should be able to do it in the same loop, and then just do different math. So this time, like the X, we'll want to go from the play buffer X to the X plus the grid length. And then the Y values we'll want to change up to be defined by this. Alright, and we'll throw the Y in there. I didn't think about this too hard, but what do you know? It worked. Oh man, we're getting some good FPS numbers. Yeah, I got a monitor that has a really high refresh rate. That's pretty nice. Very smooth. Okay, so we're drawing a grid now. That's good. I should probably like save these lines somewhere, but we don't need to do that yet, so we're not going to do it yet because that would be a waste of time. So instead, let's move on to the next task. So we added a matrix of spaces and we drew some grid lines. Great. Oh man, we knocked out a task already. So let's go ahead and start designing a piece. So yeah, let's see. We're definitely going to want a game object for that, because we want to have something clickable. So the game objects should really be the things you click on and the UI elements you interact with, whereas we should also have a split with our game logic, because since we want it to be a multiplayer game, we'll need to run a lot of the logic in the server, and you really don't care about any of the UI stuff in the server. So we just want to keep that in mind, so we don't, waste a bunch of time programming things and trying to split things apart that we don't have to. But honestly, I probably won't spend so much time worrying about it that it slows me down anyways. But whatever, we'll deal with it. So we'll go ahead and copy our board and make a piece. So piece, let's go ahead and make the game object, since we're going to be focusing on the clickable stuff next. So, let's see. What do I want to do? Yeah, so my last project I didn't really use, like the game objects were just inside the classes, which is probably a little weird. But instead I can do like phaser.game objects, game object, something like that, maybe. Let's look at the what did they do? Oh, so that was the text. For now, what do we want to do? We could make it a container. That might be the easiest thing. Let's just delete that stuff for now. I think I need to import, maybe. I didn't have to import things here. Oh, it probably wants, what is it complaining about? I'm not exactly sure what it's complaining about here. No, it's not supposed to have a colon. That's some other programming language. Yeah. All right. And what is this? Yeah, it has to have the super call. So let's go ahead and get super in here. We'll have X and Y be passed in. And I don't think I need anything else for a container. All right. Let me get some water. All right, so the reason I made it a container is because I want to add, I want the whole like square to be clickable, and then I want to have, for now I'm just going to add like text into it. So we'll do let's see. Yeah, so we're gonna need a scene.add existing this when we create our container. But then the container you can do like this.add, and you can add game objects. And so then we're gonna have we're gonna have a scene.add text. Let's just copy some text. Can't copy it from there. Wrong thing. Peace, here we go. And it'll just be at the X and the Y that we pass in. And for now, we're just gonna have a big K. White's good. Okay, that should be enough to get something on the screen when we create one of those. New piece. See this. Let's just put it at like 100. And we'll just go ahead and put this up here for now. Okay. Do we have anything on screen? We have a black box. So let's see. Is the console telling us anything? Yeah, scene.existing is not a function. Right, because it's add.existing, right? Yeah, we just I didn't copy it in lowercase e. Okay, that should be it. Alright, so now we've got a big letter K. So let's go ahead and get it positioned somewhere good. Let's see. How do I want to... How do I want to do that? Actually, for now, let's just throw it over there in the middle of the screen. So, let's focus on the mouse interactivity at the moment. Yeah, I feel like doing that right now, just to get some more action. So, mouse stuff. Let's see. I think, I'll probably need to go look up some documentation for this. But, I know for sure you need to do, like, this set interactive. And I think you need to provide a hid area for a container, because the container by default doesn't have like a size or anything. If we were to do a sprite, then you could select the whole sprite with your mouse. But since we're doing the container, actually let's go ahead and add a rectangle as well to our container, because that'll make it easier to tell if we're clicking inside the box or not. So we'll do roughly the same idea here. Add a rectangle. Why isn't it giving me autocomplete? Well, we can go copy rectangle from somewhere. Actually, I might have deleted the rectangle from before. I think I did. Well, that's fine. You can probably type it here and get autocomplete. So yeah, XY with height, right, and then color. XY with height, color, alpha. Oh, and then we need to do like the stroke stuff, so we don't set the stroke style. So we can put the type in like phaser dot game objects dot rectangle. Okay, and that should give us some more autocomplete options. We should really define the grid width somewhere better. Let's go ahead and make a go ahead and make like a constants file or something. Constants.ts. Did I make that the right area? Okay, there we go. Because we want to have I think I want to just have a I think this is what I want. Then I can put all my constants in here, and it'll be a lot easier to reference stuff. So like I should be able to say, where did I put that? Like space between line, or let's call it like grid size. That's not quite right. Cell size, I don't know what I want to call it. But we can put that in like constants. So I should be able to do that. And then over in main, I should just be able to say like constants dot cell size and import constants from I believe that works. So that should work. Yeah, we still got our cells on the grid. Okay, so now it'll be easier to reference things across files. So then in here, we can just do constants.cell size for the width and the height, and the color. We'll just do red again for now. Actually, but we want the alpha to be 0 actually, because we want to do set stroke style. Wide width. We'll do 3. And the color alpha. Okay, so that should get us a rectangle. We probably also want to do set origin. So it shows up where we expect it to. We also need to import constants here. Okay, so should I expect there to be a rectangle now? No, not yet, because we also need to add it to the container, and then we should expect a rectangle, but it's okay, it's in the right spot too. So that's good. So now, as I move the piece around, I shouldn't have to change anything. So like if I move it down 50, it moved and there was no problem. The rectangle and the big K went with it. So that's good. So now let's go ahead and make a mouse input. Oh yeah, I was gonna I needed to provide a hit area for the interactive portion. Let's go ahead and look up the documentation. Phaser 3 container interactive, something like that. Okay, you need to pass so from the internet. Looks like we want something like this. Let's do our cell size here. So that's probably good. But then we want some callbacks for when you actually click on it. So I believe it's just like this dot on, and then oh, let's look up what the mouse interactions are. Let's see. Looks like pointer down, pointer out, pointer up. So let's just do pointer down for now. And we'll do, we'll just define it right here. And maybe we can change the color so that we know we clicked on it. We'll go to green. Oh yeah, so with the callbacks, referencing this can get pretty weird. So we'll do self equals this, and we can talk about self in the callbacks. Because this in the callback context is talking about something else that we don't want to worry about. And we'll say pointer up. We'll set it back to red, maybe. So that should maybe do something. Let's see. Doesn't look like anything's happening when I click on my container. Let's see. So I'm suspecting that the rectangle I defined here is probably the issue. Let's go ahead and put our rectangle at 0, 0 just to make it more clear what might be going on. Yeah, okay. So can you see that? I might have that part cut off. I think you can see that. Alright, so yeah, you can see that if I click on it now, it actually works. But the problem is yeah, this rectangle isn't moving with the container. It's the problem. So yeah, I'm not sure why it isn't doing that. But the other thing that's weird is that I guess no, that's how I want it. So I might want to do not the 0.5 origin, but do 0 origin. This might just make placing the piece easier. The text isn't in the right spot now. Maybe I want the text to still be... Oh, yeah, Yeah, the text, if I want to center the text, it should really be at, yeah, cell size divided by 2. That should get the text where I want it. Yeah, okay. But now I need to figure out this, now I need to figure out the best way to do this interactive thing with the container. Let's see. Why doesn't that work? Let's see, reading the documentation. Let's see, I can probably get the documentation on screen here. But I don't know how useful that will be for you guys. But I could try doing that. This is what I'm reading right now. It's probably pretty tiny. Let's see. When I try to drag it, I end up dragging something else. I don't want to drag that. I'm going to put... Oh, click the wrong thing. No? Having some issues there, but whatever, we'll just leave that on screen like so. I don't know why Streamlabs isn't letting me move that very easily. Alright. So maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do have to provide a hit area for a container, otherwise it won't do anything. But I mean, it's easy enough to update it with the position for now. It might get a little weird if I'm doing like drag and drop stuff, but let's just roll with what works for now, which is we will set it to the X and the Y position of the container object. So then I should be able to reposition my piece back over in the middle of the screen somewhere. Oh, now I've messed up. Now I've messed up where the text is. Okay. This is maybe what's wrong. I don't think, I actually just want it to be a 0, 0. Yeah, that's what's wrong there. So that'll get the rectangle back on the box, but it's not clickable. What did I do now? Oh, let's go back to 0, 0 for the interactive. Hey, okay, now it works. Okay, so that does exactly what I want. I think before I just had it a little weird, but yeah, that works now. Let's move it a little more just to make sure everything's working good. Yeah, okay. So we can click it. Everything works great. Okay, let's make it so we can move it. So, what we really want to do now is probably have a callback into our main scene, and it should say like so we'll call back in if we have a function in the main scene that's like one piece clicked or something. That's probably what we want. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So let's do that. Let's see. One piece clicked and pass it a piece. And so we'll pass this this function into our piece object. And we'll save it off. Oh, I didn't want to put that in the super. And then we don't really care about pointer down. Really we care about pointer up. And we'll just call on piece clicked with the piece object. That way we can do stuff with it if we want. Now we should be in here when we click on it. We could go ahead and put like a console log just to make sure we're getting there. And in the console, we'll click on it, and hey, it says click me. So yeah, so that's working as expected. Okay, so for now, I think the simplest thing is once you click to select, we want to like click to select and then click somewhere else to move. So, and we kind of want to change our input state when we do that. So for now, let's just let you move it anywhere for now. So for now, what we'll do is we'll have like a selected piece object, and that'll start off as null. And then when you click it, so then depending on, yeah, so I guess if you click, yeah, for now we'll just do select a piece, but then we kind of want to let you click somewhere else, like on a really what we should do is have like some available space pieces, not pieces, but squares or something, because the idea is that once you click a unit, it should show you the places you can actually move it to, and then you have to pick from one of those, or you could click a different piece. Is probably what makes the most sense. So how do we want to do that? Maybe let's see. There's a bunch of different ways we could do it. And probably, like, if you click the piece again, that should probably deselect it. Let's see. So, like, once you select a piece, let's see. So if you already have a selected piece, maybe we'll tell it to deselect, and then you select a piece, we'll tell it to select, and that is just going to be some graphics stuff. So let's make those functions select and deselect, and we're just going to do the stroke style for now. So selected will be maybe blue, and deselected will be the standard red that we had before. Let's go ahead and make a second piece just for funsies. For now, let's also add we're just going to delete this later, but we'll add the letter as a parameter as well. Oops. Oh, what did I do? Okay, so K, and then we'll add another piece, E, and we'll put that at 450. Okay, so now it's a piece showing up. So if we click one, not what I expected. This is undefined. What if he's clicked? I'm not quite sure why this is undefined here. What we should probably do is we can have a function that calls we should probably do something like that. I think that'll fix the error we were seeing. Okay. So now I can select between the different the pieces. We got some kind of warning or something. Does that go away if I F5? Errors while compiling. I am not sure. Oh, semicolon expected. At main scene, line 60. Where does it want a semicolon? Oh, it's because there's too many parentheses. Okay, yeah, that was the error. It's funny that still worked. Good old JavaScript just powers along sometimes, and you know, does whatever it can. Okay, so now we've got the pieces, and we can select different pieces. What do I want to do now? Oh, I wanted to be able to move them. But I should really get like the available slots that you can pick. Let's see. So that should really be part of the board, I suppose. How do I want to do that? Let's see. Maybe, so the board, yeah, I mean, the board should really be in charge of telling you where you can, where your available pieces can go. Let's see. I should probably go ahead and add the pieces into the board. How do I want to do that? Be right back real quick. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so we wanna go ahead and hook up the board probably to start having some logic in it. Let's see. Before that, I suppose I could just kind of make some available spots. Let's see, how do I want to do it? So what might make more sense is if the grid is made of a bunch of these container objects. That way you can kind of click any of them. That probably makes the most sense. I mean, I could also just do like, X, Y, and do the math to figure out which square you clicked on. There's plenty of different ways to do it. I mean, if yeah, let's see. I'm not sure. Not sure which one I like better. Yeah, maybe the whole board should just be one big clickable container, and then the board can figure out which square you clicked on. That probably makes the most sense. That probably makes the most sense. And then it can call back and say which square you clicked on, or you could even, let's see, because the main scene doesn't really need to know about what's going on. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's so many different options. Not sure what's best here. So we'll just have to go with something. So maybe let's experiment with making the board just a big container with a hit area. Yeah, so I've kind of started on the UI side of things instead of more like the engine side of things. And it's tricky to break them out. So, how do I want to do it? How do I want to do it? So, let's see. Well, for now, yeah, let's just go ahead and make the board a container that you can click in. And then the board, let's have this board. So I made this array, but I think this is going to be pretty pointless. We'll see. Let's go ahead and make this a container. And then it should have the scene XY. It needs to call super. And then we'll go ahead and copy our interactivity stuff. But for the we want to really be like let's get the constants out. Where did I put that? Import constants. And it's going to be times the board size. Let me move the game out the way a little bit. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do pointer up. But then let's go ahead and call a function on here. Call it on click. We don't need pointer down. So then for now, let's just like log the X and Y of where you clicked. Oh, let's pass the pointer in. We have to do like pointer.x and pointer.y. Let's make sure that that works. What's going on over here? Our board should pass in the scene and where we want it. So yeah, let's go ahead and repurpose this to be the thing that makes all our lines as well. Because that probably makes the most sense. Okay, yeah, then what we'll do is we'll pass in the buffer there, and that'll be where it starts, so then I don't have to do this nonsense anymore. This should actually make all the logic a lot simpler. That we need scene.line.add. And it's going to complain about this. We'll rename this like row X and row Y. Okay, and then let's do because we need to add it to the container as well. Okay, so that should add all of our lines to container. Everything. Let's see. We're not seeing anything on the board, so we might need to debug a bit just to make sure what's going on here with the graphics. I added it to the container. I made it from the scene. Let's just go ahead and put a debugger line here to make sure that our values are what we expect them to be. So we're working with the debugger. Row X is 0, grid length 250. So line at 0, 0, 0 to 0, 0 to 250. Yep. That all makes sense. So that looks all right. If we go the next one, like 50, 0 to 50, 250. That all seems correct. And yet, no lines on screen. We might be doing some origin stuff. Let's see. What did I do with the piece? Oh, scene. Wow, that's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. I need to add my container to the scene. What do you know? It's all drawn now. Okay. So now, let me close the console. Okay. So now we've got the board object in here. Oh, I was gonna see if I click on it. Does it say... Okay, so I've got it printing out the X and the Y when I click on it. And it looks like it only prints out when I actually click on it, which is good. So now what we should really do is we should figure out what square we clicked on. So, so that should do some easy math. We'll basically just do pointer x minus this dot x. So that'll take off the buffer, and then we want to divide by the cell size. And then we just want to round it, so we have an integer. And I think that's all we need to do. Same thing for y. And then let's just check that, so 0, 0, 1, 1. Oh, it's changing. Something's not quite right. Let me go back to printing out pointer x and y. So well, let's print out like this. Before we do the divide to see what we're doing wrong. So that is, this should be like 50-50. So that makes sense. Oh, we don't want to round. We don't want to round, we want a floor. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Okay, so now, yep, this all looks right. Okay, so really, this is the column you selected, and this is the row you selected, right? Let's put that out just to make sure that that's correct. Row 1. So we're in row 0, column 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so that's all good. So now we have the row in the column that the user clicked on. So let's see. Where do I want to put? So this is kind of a graphics object. I'm thinking about just keeping it very simple here because so now we can have it call back to main for now. Let's do row column as my parameters. We'll put the our self equals this at the top, and we can do self dot click square row column, something like that. Then we can have a click square row column. Okay, so that should all be good. What is it not like? Oh, what did I do here? Or, I mean, it's probably, oh yeah, it's complaining about how many parameters there are. Call it click callback and save it off. And then we call it in the on click row column. Okay, then we click the square. So then we're going to be in click square. So that's good. So that's all good. That way we can tell what square we clicked on. So when you click a square, different things are going to happen depending on the current game state. So, let's see. For now, let's go ahead and put. I'm probably not going to be using a lot of this stuff, but that's fine. I mean, it's all just there to help us get started. So let's go ahead and put some pieces into the board. I'll probably use some of it. We'll see. So let's add like a add piece function, and really we want to do like row and column. So like we'll do like row 4, column 3. We'll add a king piece, something like that. So let's add the add piece function, row column piece. So then we can do like this dot spaces, row column dot piece equals piece. I don't know if I want to do it that way quite yet. because really we need to have it drawn as well. Yeah. So like we don't really need this piece container anymore, probably. I mean, if we had like we'll add sprites in at some point, but for now we can just, I guess I should still use a piece object of some kind, but it's not going to be clickable in the board. Just to be clear, let's just call this letter. So then we can make a new piece here. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll make a new piece here. Where did I do that in board? No, main scene. Yeah, so we kind of want to do this new piece stuff. And we want to do that in board. So new piece. Let's do that. Piece. We're not going to use this click handler stuff anymore in here. Since we've got all that in the other class. We'll still probably draw the rectangle, the extra rectangle, I think. And we'll leave the select and deselect functions for now. Let's go ahead and import piece. Piece. Okay. And then new piece. There we go. So that should start maybe getting close to doing something. Let's delete this stuff for now. What do we got? Nothing, because we did something wrong. Piece line 9. We don't have that anymore. Let's see. Did we pass the scene in? No, I think we passed in the, there we go. That should fix that. Okay, we got some stuff drawing again, but the piece is not in the right spot because we didn't put it in the right spot. And really, we probably also want to add the piece to the container as well. So it should really go at like row times the cell size and column times the cell size. Okay, not exactly where I thought it would be. Where do we at? We added it to row 4, column 3. That looks like column 4 and row 3. So I did that wrong somewhere. Oh yeah, it's because the column is determined. The X determines the column value. So this is why I should really do like X is, I did that wrong, but we'll fix it in a second. Okay. Yeah, so that makes more sense. And I didn't really want it. I wanted it in the middle. Let's put it in column 2. Okay, so now it's in the middle. We can't click it yet though, because we deleted a bunch of that stuff. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and add a pawn piece as well. Add 3, 3. Okay, so that is drawn correctly now. Let me close the console. So now we've got the board handling the pieces. When you click it, it calls the click callback on the row and column. I guess it could really pass the piece back too if we wanted. Let's do that as well. So it'll be null if there was no piece there, but that's fine. I think that's what we want. We're probably going to change that though. Let's not do that, because we're probably going to want to have different logic. Okay, so the main scene, we'll call it the click callback, which was click square, which we passed into the board, so that should all be hooked up now. Let's go ahead and console log it just to make sure. Make sure that we're getting what we expect. Okay, so that looks right. So now what we can do is we'll handle all of our logic here for now. Since this is all of our UI logic. I had to crack my neck there. Let's see. Some water. Okay. So we know which row and column we clicked on, so let's go ahead and think about the different game states we're going to be in. That's left over from my other project, but let's see, this stuff is too, I think. I'm not using that anywhere, right? Well, I am using that for the text right now, so we'll leave that stuff up. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and delete this. Oh, am I using that somewhere? That's just here. Okay, we don't need that. Okay. Okay, so let's think about what game states we want. This is really input state is what I want. So there's kind of the default where we're waiting for you to click on a piece. Like waiting to click piece, then piece selected, and I guess that's about it for now. We'll of course add more as we need it. So the default input state is the waiting to click piece. So if we're waiting for you to click a piece, else if whoops, if you've got a piece selected, see. We'll go ahead and add more later. Okay, so if you're waiting to click a piece, which means you don't have anything selected really, let's go ahead and select the piece. So, we kind of, let's do like this board select piece. Row and column. And so, what do we want to do? Let's go ahead and like get a... So like if that returned a piece, then basically if that was a piece, then we'll go ahead and select it, and now it's selected. But if you didn't click on a piece, then kind of nothing happens. So if you did click a piece, then the selected piece will set to the piece. I guess really, I could just really do that. Why do I want to have it return the piece? So the idea is you clicked on a piece. The next step is that we want to show the available spots that you can click on. I almost don't know that we even need any logic here at all, almost. Like, so if you clicked a square that doesn't contain a piece, like, we kind of don't care. Let's see. Right now, it's just anywhere you clicked is calling this function. So this is going to be called anytime you click in the grid. So then you click in the grid. Let's try, yeah, we want to try to select a piece. And what that's going to do is that's going to set that piece to selected, and then really that should also light up like available, let's see, like, so like to move, that way it'll let the board know to light up the available spaces. And then we could tell it to move the piece. Yeah, I don't know how much the main scene really needs to know about what's going on. Probably not too much. For now, when you don't know what to do, just go ahead and write some code. That's terrible advice. Don't do that. So if there's a piece there, we can go ahead and like select it. that should at least let us click on our piece. Yeah, but I didn't add a way to deselect at all. So let's see. So for now, I could just say selected. Is it not bool? Well, let's just do var. What is it boolean? Boolean cap? No. Oh well, we'll do var. So this way, this will let the board tell the scene whether you selected a piece or not. So if you did select a piece, then we'll set the input state to piece selected. Alright, then if we're in piece selected, so I feel like I'm just going to end up adding all the logic into board, but I don't really want to do that. What do I want to do? Let's see. So like select piece to move should really deselect any other pieces that are already selected. Maybe. Okay, well, let's just assume everything's working right. So like you've selected a piece. Now you're supposed to either click a different piece or an available square to move it to. So let's see. Let's say, so you've got the piece selected, you clicked a new square, then, we really are just saying, like, move to that square. I mean, I could go ahead and just do that, just to, let's see, this.board. Move piece. Move selected piece to and then if we moved it, we'll go back to waiting to click a piece. Otherwise, if we didn't move it, probably just nothing happens. If we didn't move it, it's possible we selected a different piece. I haven't decided exactly how I want that UI to work. Let's just go ahead and do this for now. Then we can at least have something moving around. So select piece move, yeah, that's all good. And then move to selected piece. I mean, the board, I'm not doing a very good job of splitting the logic. Oh well, I guess. It's a bit of a mess, so I apologize. But, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and just have a selected piece in here. Let's go ahead and add the, if you have a piece selected, we'll deselect it first. We'll put that there. Okay, finally we get to where we want to move the piece. We could have the piece know its own row and column. That probably would be handy. That would probably be handy just to save us some trouble looking it up. So we can just do like new piece row equals row. And it's complaining because piece doesn't have those fields, but we'll add them. I probably should just put that in the constructor. We'll do that. Okay. Now we've got the row and column in there, so now we can reference it easier later. So here, what we can do, now that we know we can effectively just remove the piece from the old row and column. So we'll go ahead and grab those. Okay, we'll just set that to null now, because now we want to move it to the new location. Okay, so now that's updated where it is. We should really update the X and Y as well. And in fact, we should really have like a move to function. The new X and Y and the new row and column probably makes sense. I think I just set the... I think I probably just set X and Y as well. Should be good. Now there might already be a function called move to. So we'll make it that. We need to recalculate the x and y, but that's trivial. Then we can go ahead. We'll go ahead and deselect it then. After that. And for now we'll just return true that we moved. Okay, something should happen now. So I selected a piece and I moved it. So that all seems cool. Are we getting any errors? Doesn't look like it. So you can see I need to work on the how the highlight works, because since the P is drawn afterwards, that's why it looks like that. Really, I could draw the selection as another box. Let me get some water. And what you'll notice that I haven't done is I haven't selected on top of the other piece, because I knew that would happen. I can't seem to click P for some reason. Could I originally click P? I could originally click P. Something weird must have happened when I put them over top of each other. Probably, yeah. So, yeah, so the reason that happened was, how I'm handling the selected piece, or yeah, this stuff. So it would basically just overwrite the other piece. So what I should do is I should like disallow. So like the new place you want to move to, if the new place you want to move to is not as null, then we can return false. So that should prevent you from moving on top of the other piece. So yeah. Cool. So that all works. But really that's, you should only move to the available piece spaces. Alright, well we've kind of got, you can click stuff and select it. And you can click to select to move, only kind of though. So, let's see. What's up next? We can go ahead and fix the highlight, perhaps. So we could go ahead and do like some depth stuff for the highlight. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So this rectangle, I can do set depth. Actually, yeah, I can do it down here and select. I think the default is 0, and it says higher depth value renders in front of lower. So we could just do like, I mean, really I should make some constants or something for this, but for now we'll just do it like this. So I believe that will fix that issue. No, it didn't. I thought that would have fixed it. I don't know why that didn't fix it actually. Try a bigger. When it doesn't work, try a bigger number. So that didn't work. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that isn't working for me. I could try setting the whole container at a higher depth. It doesn't work either. I'm not sure why that doesn't work. Yeah, that's a bit of a mystery. I thought the depth stuff would work. Why doesn't that work? Now let's still doesn't work. Well, I don't know. I don't know why that doesn't work. Let me check some documentation. Looking at the samples. So I would think maybe let's try I don't know if it's because how I'm using a container, maybe. No, that didn't do anything. Well, I don't know. For now, that's not super important, so let's just not worry about that for now. Instead, what we want to focus on is hooking up our available moves. So let's go ahead and have a way to calculate the available moves. So for that, we'll probably want to define some things. Let's see. So a piece should probably have where it can move to defined in it somehow based on the letter. so let's have like available moves. And this should be an array of the places you can move. Each element should maybe be the offsets. So like something like so like this would mean you can move one square up. Actually, that's probably too complicated for what I really need. Let's just think about it like the numpad. So we'll just use the numpad actually. So like if you can move up, it'll be an 8. I mean, I should probably redefine some things for that. But if I just want to be lazy, I could just do like 7, 8, 9, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3 for all the different spots you can move to. Is that what I want to do? That probably doesn't help me later with calculating. That probably doesn't really help calculating whether those are valid moves or not. So we should go with my original idea of so that would be, let's see, let's put it on one line to make it easier. So like if I want the pawn to only be able to go forward, then you know, that's all I would want. Let's go ahead and define the king's moves, which are basically everything. So then we'll need more of these. So it'd be the same thing for the ones, and then 0, but not the middle one there. Okay, so that should be that's every available move. Then let's go ahead and say like if letter is P, this is a terrible way to do it. But when I go to add more pieces, we'll make it better. Let's just have the pawn can only move maybe just up and down. That'll be at least easy enough to test with. Let's make that a 0. So the pawn can only move up and down. Okay, so that's good. Now, back in board, we will see if it's a valid move or not. So in move to selected piece, move selected piece to if not, if this dot selected piece dot is valid move, So call. So if it's not a valid move, then we'll also return false. So then piece can be responsible for knowing if it's a valid move or not. So we should be able to go through all of the valid moves, available moves, blank. And what we can do is say, yeah, so this works. So row diff is my current row minus the row, and call diff is the column minus the column. Then what we can do, we should really do that here. Then we can say if this dot available moves our available moves sorry, they all have X and Y values, which I should probably rename that stuff, but whatever. For now, X row diff yeah, okay, this is why I should rename it, because I'm getting confused. So let's do man, this is annoying. So we'll do row diff and this will be call diff I feel like there's something wrong, but I think we're okay. And see, now it becomes apparent that I've mixed these two up for moving vertically. So let's fix that. Now I can say if the row diff equals that row diff, and if the call diff equals call diff, okay, so there we go. So in this case we matched and we know it's a valid move, so we'll return false. Or let's return true. Let's try 2. And if we went through all the available moves and we didn't find one that matched, then we'll return false. So that should be that. And we already put that there, so I believe it works now. So I've selected my king piece. I shouldn't be able to select anything outside one space away, which it doesn't, but if it's within one space, it works fine. So that's cool. I still got the thing preventing you from moving on top of yourself. Okay, and then the pawn should only be able to go up and down. Okay, so that looks like it works great. So it might be nice to highlight the available spaces you can pick. So let's go ahead and do that in the board. So in the board, once you've selected a piece to move, and we selected it, then we probably want to highlight available spaces. So maybe we'll just make that a new function. So we should go through the available moves, perhaps. Maybe something like that. You know, I'm just thinking I probably am going to want to rework how available moves work when I go to make, like, you know, pieces that can move, you know, more than one space at a time. But let's worry about that later, I think. I think we'll worry about that later. So really we should ask the selected piece for like a list of get moves or something. So if that was to give us back a list of all possible places that the piece could move, we should really add some comments. Prevent moving on top of other piece. So if this returned back an array of all the possible moves, then what we want to do is then highlight those moves, like get valid moves. Yeah, let's call it get valid moves, and then what we can do is let's see. Then we can yeah, so then what we want to do is check I suppose we could go ahead and make a bunch of graphics objects to like highlight the possible squares you can go to. Maybe with like a semi-transparent circle or something like that. That would probably be good. So move list should really be an array of like row column. So then we're going to want to go we're going to iterate through move list.length, or it'll go from 0 to move list.length. And for each move, then we want to make a highlight and add it to the scene. I mean, I should probably have some kind of like, yeah. Well, for now, we'll just make it so we'll just make a bunch of brand new stuff. We're definitely going to want like a clear highlights, and we'll make highlights a variable. So yeah, for each highlight, when we're clearing it, we want to just destroy it. Let's leave it an array. We'll just make it an empty array. Okay, so then new highlight is going to be we're going to add a circle. And we need to put it in the right spot. I looked that stuff up later. Is that highlights dot add new highlight. Okay. So that should be so really what we need to do is we need to calculate an X from move.column, and we need to calculate a Y from move.row, which we've done that before already. Down here, we just multiply by the cell size. Okay. That's where our circle is going to go. And we'll set origin to 0.5, so it's like that. We need a radius, which like should be the cell size divided by 2, maybe by 3, so it just doesn't fill up the whole thing. Then we need a color, which we want to be green, and an alpha, which like let's make it like 0.7 to start. I think that'll add it. Though we need to write get valid moves, which we haven't done yet. So that needs to return an array of valid moves. So yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this some, but it's fine. So for each available move, we should calculate moves.add and it should have a row and a column. So I need to also check that I don't like go off the board. Probably. Otherwise, that would be bad. I can probably, let's see. Let's go ahead and copy this. All right, move this dot row and move dot row. Let's add them together actually. Do I want to do that up here? No. But down here, the available moves, right, is going to be like -1, 0, 1. Up here, it's like the row you clicked on. Okay. So that'll get us the new row. And I think I can just put it in here. It's push for an array. Right. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but let's try that. Something's not right. Type never. What is never? That's some TypeScript error. I thought I could just create a new object and then push it into the array. But I might have to give the array a type. This is some more TypeScript stuff I'm not familiar with. I think my logic here is correct. I just need to figure out how to make TypeScript happy. We want to return the array once we're done with it. Yeah, let's look up real quick how to TypeScript array definition. Yeah, I'm not curious, like, does it still... Yeah, it knows it's a number if I do that. But it doesn't know at all what it is without doing that. Let's go ahead and define a type. Oh, maybe I can do like something like that. Is it happy with that? No, it doesn't like that. TypeScript objects. How do they work? Aha! Okay, so here's how we do it. So, where'd it go? So yeah, so we want to do like row, number, column, number, array, is array. Aha! Okay, there we go. That's how you do the TypeScript definition. Okay. And so now it knows that it returns an array of row column. Okay, great. So that should all be good. Remove list. So we get our valid moves of move list. Then for each move, X, Y, yep. That all looks good. Let's see what happens when we try to do it. Nothing. We are getting some errors. Board, line 82. What's the error? This dot highlights is undefined, right. In our constructor, we should go ahead and make it an array just to make it nice and easy. Then we're getting another error because I tried to do add on an array when it's really push. And now we're not getting any warnings, but there's nothing happening. So let's just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and use debugger to make sure what's going on here. So let's see. I'll make the debugger bigger. You still can't really see it too well, probably. Well, oh well. So, the X is not a number, which that's bad. So let's look at our move. Our move row and column are also not a number. That's not good at all. Is our move list? Our move list is also not a number, so we really need to debug that function. So let's go around until we get back to that. Okay, so let's step in. Oh, that was over. Dang it. Oh wait, maybe I'm good. Yeah, no. Alright, we could do it around again, but we'll just move our debugger. We'll just move our debugger point and try to figure out why it's not a number. Okay, let's refresh our web page here. Okay, so we're at our new location. Move. Available moves looks correct. So let's see. Let's keep going. F10, step over. So this dot row is 4, move dot row is undefined because it's call diff and row diff, not that. Okay, that is the explanation of why it doesn't work. Easy enough to fix. So this probably would have been helped with TypeScript if I had defined available moves. So just to show you how that would have worked, if I defined it as an array of row diff as a number and call diff as a number, if I do that, I expect now we get a TypeScript error that says, hey, you can't do that. So now, see, this is why you should actually use TypeScript instead of just having it on enough to annoy you. Okay, so I expect it should work now. And well, there was certainly something going on, but that is not what I expected. Oh, let's make the game smaller again. So, yeah, lots of problems. First off, I noticed that our highlights did not disappear. Probably because we're not calling clear highlights anywhere. So let's do that. Let's call clear highlights at the beginning of this function. And let's call it again after we move. So that'll clear up those things so that our circles are not really in a good spot. I'm not sure why the circles aren't in a good spot. Let's use the debugger and see what we see. So, oh, did I not remove the other debugger line? Yeah, I tend to forget to do that. Let's reload our page. So, debugging here. We'll click our thing. Okay, so it looks like the X and Y we got were 50 and 150 for our circle. Does that make sense? So our move list. So the valid moves. Do those make sense? So column 1, 3 and 4, yeah, that makes sense. Column 1 and 5 is off the map. Column 2, 3, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so our move list looks right, or at least what I want it to be. So then for like our first move, 1, 3, which should be, wait. Our first move is column 1, row 3, column 1, row 3. Yeah, that should be diagonal up left. And the X value, column 1 should be 50. Yeah, that looks about right. So 50, 150. I think that's right. So then our circle, oh, constants is undefined. It shouldn't be. Let's go ahead and step over a couple times. So our circle, does it have the radius set correctly? Oh, I think that's under like geom. I mean, the circles were the right size, so I think that's right. That's not working, but yeah. So let's see. What? It could be the origin, actually. It might just be the origin value that I used. Actually, that's almost certainly what it is. Let's do origin 00, actually. And let's remove the debugger. Close the console. Still not clearing the highlights. That's because I didn't have the dot length there, so that should have them clear up now. Yeah, so now they clear up, but they're still off by quite a bit. Why are they so off? Why are they so off? I suppose... let's put it back to 0.5 for the origin. They're still quite far off from where I thought they would be. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Let's see. Because I'm calculating them the same way, right? As the piece. But the piece is at origin 0. Oh, it's also a rectangle, which is defined slightly differently. Let's see. Let me think about this. Let me just print it out to the console for a second. And see if that makes me think of anything. So... And let's go. So like here, let me clear my console. There's the trash can. Let me clear it again. So at this location, yeah, I mean, I would expect at 0, 0, but I would expect that. Did I not add it to the container? I didn't add it to the container, so that's what's wrong. This dot add new highlight. So that should probably fix it up quite a bit. Okay, so now that makes way more sense. And if we do origin 0, 0, maybe that gets it to where we want it. Pretty close. So hold on, let's do the half-half, but then the X and Y, we want to add half of the cell size. That way it'll put it in the middle. And there we go. So now it is showing up where I want it to. So yeah. Let's make it like 6 transparency. Just a little bit more transparent. Okay. So that part is working. Let me delete my console log. Let me make the window a little smaller there. Okay, so that works. Next step, let's have the ones that are off the board not show up, because that's pretty dumb, right? So let's see. So move would be where it is. If move dot column is less than 0, or move dot column is greater than the board size, greater than or equal to the board size, or same thing for row. If any of those are true, let's go ahead and just continue and skip that one. Row. Oops. Okay, that should do it. All right. Looking good. Sweet. Okay. So now, made quite a bit of progress, and I will take a short break. I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's get back to coding. Okay, so now that we've got our objects, our available moves are displayed, we're not accounting for the prevent the moving thing there, but I don't think I'm going to keep that at some point, because I think I'm going to let you pick moves where you could run into other pieces, and then you just get blocked. So because we're doing like simultaneous moves, it's going to be a little weird, but so I'm not going to worry about that for now. I mean, I'm going to end up taking that out at some point. Mainly that's just in there now, so I don't, you know, screw things up. Okay. So now that I've got that done, let's look at our... So click to move and show the available moves. So confirm move. So the idea, right, is that you're gonna make a selection, and then you're gonna click like submit. So let's see. So really, in the main scene, you know, once you select the piece, then you selected your move. Really, board should just be validating that it's like a legitimate move. So the way I'm imagining this working is, you know, you click on your piece, and then like you click the place you want to go, and the highlighted moves will disappear, and it'll show like an arrow maybe, and maybe like a transparent version of your new piece there. And then there will be like a confirm button. And maybe an undo button. I mean, or I could just let you click a different piece instead. Either of those is probably fine. Yeah, that'll probably work. Okay, let's see. So now we're gonna want to start breaking things out a bit from board, because like we're not actually gonna move to a new spot. Instead, really, this function is going to be like something like show desired move or something. For now, let's go ahead and make like a button for confirm. That might be fun. So we'll make a button. I feel like I should just copy a button from somewhere else. Let's see. Somebody has some plugins. I could just make my own button though. Let's see. I'm looking up somebody else's button to see if I want to take theirs or not. I think for now, maybe I'll just make my own button. That'll probably be easier. Because I can just do whatever I want with that. And I'll just make a super cheap text button. We'll call it text button. And we'll have it extend text. Maybe I really should just be container though. No, we'll do text. So, hold on, let me just double check. Can you guys see? No, you can't. Okay, so I am making a button now called text button. And we're gonna want to do like set interactive to true. Oh, you don't pass true in. Maybe I should just use the plugin. I don't see what his button looks like though. There's a YouTube video, but I don't really want to watch another video. Okay, so let me show you what I'm looking at. So this is a demo of his button. Oh, is it not running? Or I would have thought. So let me go back. That's pretty cool. I don't know why nothing's happening when I click them. I would have thought he would have like a one click. Okay, let's see, what does he do? He adds the button, creates the buttons. So it's tweens. Okay, yeah, he just doesn't have one click stuff in here. But yeah, his buttons kind of do what I want. So let's go ahead and use his button. So looks like we need to load the plugin in the preload stage. So we'll copy that. I'm gonna go ahead and hide the browser there. So yeah, let's go ahead and kill my text button. And where you can, you should really try to reuse people's code. That way, you know, you don't just waste tons of your time. I don't know if I want it in the preload scene or not. Let's put it in my scene. Oh, but I don't have preload. Yeah, okay, let's put it in the preload. And we'll do this. Download scene plugin. Now I probably need this. I probably need this in my scene, I would think. So let's add the preload function and do load plugin. Okay, and then add the buttons object. Okay, well first I need to run some commands in PowerShell. So let me go over there. So I'm just following the instructions on this instruction page for the plugin. The instructions are usually pretty straightforward. So if you just follow them pretty much exactly, you shouldn't have any issues. Let me go to my game config now. And it says we need to add import the plugin, and then in the plugins field, which I don't even have yet, we'll add plugins. And I will take this opportunity to remove the physics because I don't need that and I'm not using that. Game. This is my game config, so that should be good. We added the plugin. I don't know why he's got that there. So then we need so over on our main scene, we'll just go ahead and put this buttons thing in that it says we need, and then we need to do this. I might need to pull up that sample again. Let's see. What did he do? So looks like he can just do this.rex UI. No, that's let's see. Okay, let's see. Here's what he's got. This is quite big, but we can trim it down once we figure out what we actually need. So it doesn't seem to know. This is why I like to use my own stuff a lot, because I actually know how my own stuff works. Yeah, let's see. Let's find some sample code. This might just be too much. Yeah, I don't know that I want to try to get this to work on stream. So let's not do this. Let's not do this for now. It'll probably take me a bit to figure out how to use the plugins, but I'm sure it's super useful. But I don't wanna just fumble around on stream to try to figure that out. So there's still no errors. Okay, no errors. So let's go back to making my own button. But this time I will do a container. I'm still gonna call it text button. Text button is a container. It'll have text and a rectangle. That all sounds good. Don't need the row column. And we'll call it text. XY. Just.text equals text. And delete a bunch of this stuff. Let's call this text game obj equals scene.add. Zero with the text. That sounds good. Okay, that all should be good. Then we want to add our rectangle around it. We can probably do like this text game obj display width or something like that. I think that's what it is. And display height. Stroke style, yeah, let's keep all that. And then we're going to add the text object and the rectangle to the container, and then add the container to the scene. Alright, and then we don't need any of these functions yet. Let's go ahead and try to add one of our text buttons to the scene. We'll call it the confirm button. Equals new text button. Let's put it at like 300, and we'll have it say confirm. Alright, so that should be our button. Do we have anything on screen? Pretty close. I always get the origin stuff wrong. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Let me bring that into view. Oh, you can kind of see it. I'll make it bigger. Let's see, we don't need the bottom part there. Okay, so you can see I've kind of almost got something in the right spot. We just need to fix up the origin for the text. Let's try 00 for the text as the text origin. Hey, there we go. So let's add a little buffer. We'll call it text buffer. Let's just set that to like 5 maybe. And we'll make the rectangle be like minus the buffer 2 plus the buffer. So that should be a little bit better. Times plus the buffer times 2. Okay, so now we've got the confirm button there. We do want to set it to interactive. So let's copy that from board. Let's copy this interactive line. From 0, 0 to actually, let's do it from this dot rect dot x to this dot rect dot y, and the length and width will be the same as this dot rect dot width and this dot rect dot height. Okay, so that should make it interactive, and then we'll do this dot on pointer up or click. I don't think we need the pointer object, so let's just we do need the self, so self equals this, and we'll call self dot on click. And we'll add that on click function. And for now, let's just do console.log clicked. And let's make sure we can click it. Bring up the console. And I click the button and it says clicked. Alright, you can't see the console now, can you? Well, you'll just have to believe me. So that worked. Really, I should take a click callback and save that off. And we want to call that. Okay, now we click in the button. And here we can have a function. What did we want to do? I don't know what we want to do yet. So we'll make a confirm clicked function and call that. Okay. We can add some more fancy stuff to the button to let you know that you have it selected or highlighted. So like on pointer over, I think. We'll double check. And pointer out and pointer down are all, those are all things you can do. And for now we'll just change the color of our rectangle. So after you click it, so let's see. Let's say rect color over is gonna be blue maybe. Rect color down is gonna be green. And default will be the red. There we go. Since we're not using the fill color, I'll just make that 0. Stroke width is we've been using 3. Seems pretty reasonable. Keep doing that. But I'll just fill it in with a constant. And then copy that over here. I don't think I need to pass in the alpha since that's the same. So yeah, so after you up or out, we'll set it back to default. If you're over, we'll set it to over. And if you're down, we'll set it to down. But really, if you're down, so this will almost do what we want. So if it's over, it's blue. If you're down, it's green. And if you're up, it's red. But the problem is okay, yeah, as long as I thought. It's a little. It gets a little weird if you already have the mouse clicked and you let up. I also thought if I moved around with the mouse held down, it would behave weird, but it's staying green, so that's fine. I mean, I could add a lot more logic to make it more complicated, but I don't know. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. I could probably say, in over, I could say if like pointer dot, what is it? Physically input pointer. I feel like there's probably is down, yeah. Is down. So if it's down, use the down color, otherwise use the over color. Okay, that cures my OCD a little bit. But probably didn't need to worry about that. Okay, so we've got our click callback hooked up. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Now let me move the button. Let me move the button up some. I don't really like it where it is. Really I want it at the buffer. So that's a good spot, but let's fix up the X to. Oh wow, that's a lot further than I thought. Oh, yeah, it's because I did the play area width, not and that's just from my old game. Let me do it based on the board size. Grid length, that's really what I want. Board size. Let's just go ahead and add like a get length function real quick and just have it return this guy. So that should be pretty close to what I want. Yeah, I expected it to be around there. Because I also want the buffer. So that should be pretty much right on top of it. That's not quite where I thought it would be. Oh, that's because of my, yeah, so like this is 0. So yeah, anyways, we just need some more buffer space. So we'll just say like buttons X is gonna be all this plus like 30 or something. I don't feel like messing with it right now too much. Okay, good enough. That way it'll scale when I change the board size later. Okay, so we've got our button. You can click it. So now now what do I want to do? So I wanted to have, I wanted to have like a planned move. So the board, when you, So, when you click the board, let's delete this piece click thing. I don't think I need this. I don't think I'm using selected piece anymore either. I am. No, I'm not. Let's delete that and piece 1 and 2. Okay. No, we're definitely not using bullets for this play area thing. We're not using that. Keys. That was for keyboard input, which we're not using, and we're not using the player either. We're not using elapsed time, but I'll probably use that variable later. I'll go ahead and delete the keyboard stuff, since this game is not going to have any keyboard input. Okie doke. So now... let's change this to like show planned move. It was shown. And in this case, we're going to be in the waiting to submit, waiting to confirm state, which is a new state. I'm going to add. I really don't need that stuff. I should probably delete it. I don't think I'm going to use circle inner. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Get rid of that. It was useful in the last project. Okay, so we're going to move to the waiting to confirm state, which is a new state that we need to add. And we changed the function name to show planned move. And so for this, if it was valid, then go ahead and do the new thing. But we're not actually going to move the piece. Maybe we will. I was thinking having like an arrow drawn on the screen. It's water. Like, let me bring up paint again. So, where's paint? Paint. So the idea is, let's say, you're here, you click this, it shows you where you can move. Like maybe this piece can move all the way over here, and you click that square. Then I want to have like an arrow, like pointing to this square. Maybe just like that. I don't know if I need like a transparent. I mean, I guess I can leave like the circle. Yeah, maybe I'll leave the circle for where you clicked under there or something like that. Yeah, I think that would look okay. That way, even if like, you know, you're going to here, and then there would be like a transparent circle under the K. I think that makes sense. So instead of actually moving the piece, what we're gonna do is maybe we'll just create like a planned move thing or something. We definitely want to clear the highlights, but we're going to add in a new highlight for the planned move. Yeah, I should really add like a add highlight function, I guess, at this point. Add highlight, row column, color. I think that's all I need. So then we're gonna say let's not add highlight, move.row, move.col, and this is a green highlight. Okay, now I can just call this function down here. And let's make it a blue highlight. I mean, I'll change all these colors later, probably. So that should have the highlight there. And then I don't... Since we're not actually moving the piece anymore... I could leave it selected too, actually. Let's just comment all that out for now and see what we end up with. Okay, let's so we click a piece, we click a spot. Does that make sense? Is that what we expected? Oh yeah, let's see. I didn't expect it to be a green highlight. Red, blue, green, yeah, but I made it green. And it's still green. Why are you still green? Didn't I? Red, green, blue. No. It should have been blue. Oh, I bet I didn't use the color. Yeah. Okay, let's actually use the color. Okay, so that looks good. I shouldn't be able to click anything else. And then confirm, and then we're actually going to move it. But it's actually going to get more complicated than that. But, see, that's all good. Let's just double check. So it won't let me click the pawn. Yeah, let's go ahead and remove that. Because we don't actually need that for how the game's going to work. Okay, so that's good. And then we'll be able to click confirm to submit our move. So that's good. Yeah, I didn't need any of that. Okay, so now we've got our planned move. And we should really ideally we have the move, like a definition of this move somewhere. Let's go ahead. We want another button too. We want like the undo button. We gotta have an undo button. So yeah, when you click the undo button, it's gonna say undo, and we're gonna go to undo clicked. Okay, So when you click on do, if let's say we're in the waiting to confirm state, then what we really want to do is we want to go back to the waiting to click a piece state. And we want to reset the board as well. So really we just need to clear the highlights, I think. So let's just call that. We probably need to remove this selected piece as well. You know, let's just call undo. I mean, it's not a great name, but okay. So that should do what we needed to do, and that'll put us back here. So the undo button should work now. And I guess really you should be able to click it if you're in the piece selected state either. So we'll do if it's in either of those states. Let's not have the buttons overlap like that. We'll use the display width. That probably doesn't work. That might work actually. Plus some buffer. We'll just do 5. We can always fix that up later. Did not. But yeah, that didn't work, I guess. Yeah, because the container doesn't really have a display width because it's, you know, a sizeless object. So that's fine. Instead we could add like a get display width function. That might already be a function though. Yeah, okay. So we'll add that to our text button. And it'll just be like this dot rect. Oh, maybe it's just because I did width and not height. That might be all it was. Display height. Though the width was much larger, so yeah, I think that's get display height is what I actually want. And we'll do the this dot rect dot height. That should do what I want. There we go. Now the buttons aren't overlapping. And we can add in a little more buffer. Just, you know, they don't need to be so close together. Okay. So clicking undo, you know, before you selected anything, shouldn't really do anything. Because we're in the waiting to click piece state. So then like we click the piece and then we click undo, it should just go back to normal. It didn't remove the selection. So let's fix that real quick. So if you have a selected piece, then we need to do selected piece dot deselect. Okay, so that works. And it looks like the other part works too. Okay. So then the confirm button, maybe we should gray out the confirm button unless, unless you, well, let's not worry about that for now. So now I do want to hook up the confirm button to actually do something. Let me, yeah, so we got undo hooked up and we're in, if we're in the waiting to confirm state, clicking, I mean, potentially, let's see, let's think about that. So we're in this state. If I click a different piece, that should probably act as an undo, right? That should probably act as an undo. So let's, if I click anywhere, should it act as undo? Probably not, right? Maybe? For now, we'll just make that act as undo. So if you've got your place confirmed and you click somewhere else, it'll undo. It could probably also try to click the piece. Like, I kind of wanted to run this code as well. So we'll just make that a function real quick. Kind of a silly name, but whatever. Okay, so now I should be able to, got that selected, and then we picked a move, but then, oh, we want to move the pawn instead. And maybe with the king, I guess I could make that also. Let's see. So if you didn't click a move that actually was valid, then potentially what we can do is I don't feel like doing this right now, but if you click the piece, then it's what to do in a comment. Then select that piece instead, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Okay. Everything else, okay, so now we want to get that confirm button working. So when you click confirm, we want to like get the move that is shown on the board, and we want to send that move to the game engine, and then the game engine should respond to us. So yeah, I mean, I don't have something called game engine yet, but that'll pop up soon. All right, because kind of we've been only working in the graphical space. So I would like to go ahead and get that at least a little bit ironed out before I finish for the night. Let's see. What else should I do? Okay, yeah, so getting the move that's on the board. So what do we know in board? We have a selected piece. We could make something called like selected move. Yeah, let's do this dot selected move and make that row, column. I guess it should really have like piece row is this dot select piece dot row, and piece column is this dot selected piece dot column, and then we'll call it target row and target column. And let's make that here. Okay. And we could clear this out. Whenever we undo, let's also clear out. Whoa! Clear out that. Okie doke. So now we have selected move. So let's just get that from the main scene. So game engine. So really, oh, we need to confirm that we are in the right state. So we're in the waiting to confirm state. Confirm doesn't do anything unless you're in the waiting to confirm state. So if you're in the waiting to confirm state, then we'll send it to the engine. So lots of pieces we need at this point. So basically the idea is there's like a game engine that's managing the state of the world, and we're going to send our move to it, and then it's going to respond back with the new state. So we kind of need a lot more representation here of objects. Because you can also think of this as like the server portion of the code. We've kind of only been doing client-side portion at this point, but the service is going to accept our move, and then it'll respond back with like the new state of the world once, you know, both players have submitted their moves. So for now, maybe I'll just call it a night here. It's been 3.5 hours. That's probably long enough. So let's go back to our to-do. So we didn't finish confirm move because we really discovered a lot more work. So we need to create the engine class, which should really have some like board and piece representation, and it accepts moves and calls back with new state, and then update main scene to take state and update graphics. So yeah, that kind of get us the main movement part done. Then you should start being able to move pieces around. I haven't even added like the second player, which is kind of like player 2 is kind of a whole nother thing. Lots of work. So we can look forward to that. I'll probably try to make it local at first, but yeah. I mean, if I really want to go crazy, there's the whole like server that we have to add. Big work. But yeah, we've made a decent amount of progress today. So like looking at what we have, we made, you can have your moves, and undo them. So that's kind of the main front end piece of UI we needed. Not very impressive actually. Let me shrink that back down. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. So I think I'm gonna call that a night. Thanks for watching. And yeah, if you have any questions about anything I've been doing, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna have a decent amount of time next week, so might turn it into like a programming week. So that should be good. Thanks everybody. Bye.